Let's get started the moral stories together on your high demand. And now we have come back again with a moral story. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Smart English with Miss Bushra. Let's dive into the moral story. And at the end of the story, we'll learn some of the conclusions, some of the morals. Along with that, it enhances your listening, which is the part and which is the goal of my channel to enhance your speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Let's get started. Near a deep forest on a small hill lived a little ant named Rondu. One day he saw a big shiny sweet hanging from a tall tree branch. The sweet looked very delicious. Rondu got an idea. He pulled the leaf under the tree and climbed onto it. Then he slowly climbed up the tree. After a little effort, he finally reached the sweet. While eating the sweet, Rontu said to his friends, if you use your mind and never give up, even hard work become easy. So, students, what is the moral of this story? Now, let's conclude the moral of this story. If something seems difficult, don't just give up. Use your brain and keep trying. Giving up has never been an option in your list, and it can never lead you to the success. That is also true. So you have to make yourself prepare for the upcoming and don't give up. This is the moral that let's conclude the story. Now we are going to start another story and a wonderful, beautiful story of the hare and the fox. So you all have to read. That is called shadow reading with me. Let's get a start. One day the fox told the hare, everyone says you are the smallest animal. Let's talk about it over dinner at my home. You know, students, what happened next? When the hare arrived, he saw the table was decorated but had no food. He suddenly felt something was wrong. Trusting his instinct, he quickly ran away. So let's see what can be the moral of this story. The fox had planned to eat the hare for dinner. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So let's get dive into the moral of the story and let's see what moral says. Everyone, trust yourself and your instinct. They can protect you in difficult times. True. You don't need to trust blindly people. Nowadays that we are living in 2025 and 2025 is also about to end. And we are living, society full of fake people also that we call a snake of grass. We don't need to, trust everybody around us, right? That is true. But trust yourself, your family and friends. That is very important. Okay, do comment that who is the most trustworthy person in your life. Let's check. All right, now let's move towards to the another story. And in this story, we are going to talk about the clever bluefish. All right, so students, let's read after me, and we are going to read it together to make your reading more understandable. And also, this is the goal of my class, this is the goal of my channel to make you speak, right? All right, let's read it together. One day a wicked heron caught a blowfish. The fish was angry and said, let me go, or I will turn you into a tree, and you will never eat fish again. So, what happened next? Let's continue our reading. Let's continue our moral story. The heron didn't believe the fish and still wanted to eat it. Then the fish said, "You have such a lovely voice. Why don't you sing so more fish will come and you can catch them?" Oh, so let's continue that what the clever bluefish did to the, heron. Let's see what has happening next. The greedy heron liked the idea and opened its mouth to sing. The fish quickly jumped out and swam away to freedom. The moral of the story is very unique to this story actually. Be kind and smart. Greed always leads to lose. That is true. Greedy people will not survive, and that is the reality. If you are greedy, nobody will like you. So, students, listeners, this is my request to all of you. Don't show greediness all the time. That is not the case, right? So that's the moral. Now let's move to another story, and let's see what it says. This story is all about the proud hare. The proud hare. Now let's read it together to make you more understand, and it can enhance your reading along with me. So let's get to start the reading now. Once there was a hare named Hoppy who was a smart but afraid of heights. One day the king of the forest invited all the hares to a big feast at his palace on top of a tail hill. Everyone was excited, but Hobby was scared. So, what happened next? Let's read. He tried to climb the hill, but halfway up, his fear stopped him. So, he sat at the bottom, chewing a carrot, and said, "That party must be boring. The food is probably bad anyway." So let's see what moral says and let's continue our reading also. A little mouse nearby smiled and replied, "How do you know? You didn't even go." Then the mouse happily ran up to the hill. The moral of the story is that don't hate something just because you cannot have it. And that is true. Like a lot of people just hate something when they cannot reach it. For example, if you want to make someone friend and they don't want to be your friend, so you start hating them. Likewise, if you want to have something and you cannot reach to there, you start hating it. Don't do that. You are hurting yourself, right? Okay, now let's move to the next story and what it says. Let's read it together. The greedy farmer and his field. Okay, now in this story, we are going to read it together, and also after that, we are going to conclude it. The conclusion of the moral stories are very important. Now, let's dive into the reading. Once there was a farmer. He worked hard in his rice field every day. One year, his field gave a lot of golden rice. The grains were big and beautiful. The farmer sold the rice and earned a lot of money. Next year, he wanted to get even more rice. He thought, if I use more water and more fertilizer, I will get double the rice. So he used too much fertilizer and water. But the plants got spoiled and the rice was destroyed. The farmer became very sad. He learned that too much greed always brings loss. So it's a very good, unique story. We usually do this in our life also. And the moral is greed makes you lose what you already have. And that is true. If you have your loved ones around you, don't find a lot of people. And if you have friends around you, don't look into other friends to make it. If you have something, even if it is small, keep it, hold it, don't let it go. In the era where we are living, whatever you have, you should be grateful. That's all for today. See you in the next lesson. Stay connected, stay blessed. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Smart English with Miss Bashra. Thanks for watching our video. Please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon for the upcoming videos. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.